Hey everybody, how you doing? Today, I'm going to tell you a tale of two companies. The little company that could, and the big company that couldn't. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to get right into it. So a lot of you hear me talking over and over again about the study called Roaring Out of a Recession, published in HBR, or Harvard Business Review, where they looked at 4,700 companies and how they made it through three recessions. Actually, only 9% of those companies made it through three recessions, faring better than their competition by employing a combination of two tactics, offensive and defensive. Let me get right into the story. So, 3 years ago, I remember speaking to a B2B company and imploring them to get on social media. Now, a lot of their business came from corporate clients and a lot of word of mouth, referrals. So they felt as if, you know what, I really don't need to focus or build up a social media presence. Now, I think that is a common misconception in a lot of the B2B space, where they feel as if, it's largely B2C, to sell products, to sell services. What am I going to do in the B2B space? You would be very surprised of how you can use social media as a lead magnet for your business, or even just putting out your value proposition, which could really, differentiate you. There's a reason why 80% of the world's leaders and decision makers happen to be on social media. I mean, I follow the CEO of Campbell Soup, and they are on social media. So there must be something right about that picture. Anyway, fast forward to the pandemic. All of a sudden, the corporate pipeline dries up, and the company has to pivot into the B2C sector. However, they don't have a presence in the B2C sector, and they're trying to build this up with capital fast decreasing because business is not coming in. Now, let's think of it. Think about this. If they would have started to build up a presence online, the transition from the B2B to the B2C space would have been a lot easier for them, because a lot of the corporate clients that happen to be their referral source deal with the B2C space. So the transition would have been a lot easier. They probably would have already built up this community. So when they had to make the transition from the B2B to the B2C space, they possibly could have had more people in their pipeline or in their funnel or in their marketing automation sequences. Okay, so now the company really is in dire straits, whether they are still going to be around come next year. Now, let's talk about the little company. The little company decides to invest in their marketing during the recession. Now, one thing that the review said is you have to look for market segments that you think you can exploit, or you can have an advantage in, or be a differentiating factor amidst the circumstances. So, fortunately, this company happened to be in a sector that is very, very much in need during this time. So what they decided to do was to go on the offensive and to build up their visibility by investing in marketing now. And as a result of that, they have seen tremendous growth, whereas others are scrapping to try to figure out, what in the world am I going to do? The little company that could versus the big company that couldn't. So a colleague of mine brought this to my attention, and I have to agree. A lot of times we don't do things either because they're counterintuitive, and that causes fear. Fear, if I take this step, what's going to happen? And unfortunately, fear can paralyze you. And in my mind, inaction is an action. And with myself being a data-based person that likes to make a lot of my decisions, my agency makes decisions based off of data, I don't know, but if I have a reputable publication like HBR saying, look, we followed 4,700 companies through 3 recessions and only 9% came out ahead, and this is what they did, I would tend to think that they were correct. So, just some food for thought. Think about, are you the big company that couldn't, or the little company that could? Are you part of the 4,300 that didn't, or do you want to be part of the 400 that did? Thanks. Peace. God bless.